You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
You are watching the leaders in full immersion gaming, and this is the pregame show only on the NBL Network.
Welcome one and all to another edition of the NBL Live pregame show that's brought to you each and every week by our graphics sponsor, Web3KS.com. We talk about them every week here on NBL Live. They do all of our graphics across our shows. They're so affordable and they are super helpful. Big shout out to all business over at Web3KS.com. If you or anyone you know needs graphics done for an affordable price, head over to Web3KS.com. They are the leaders in affordable graphic design, folks. The NBL playoffs continue on tonight with an AFC Divisional round matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Tennessee Titans. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning into NBL Live broadcast number 147. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with a man that we don't see too often here on NBL Live, but we love having him on, the co-commish himself, Lip. We got a game. You got a little stake in this one. Let's pull up that playoff bracket just so everyone can see your Pittsburgh Steelers. Big win over the Indianapolis Colts. Tough game in overtime. Nice comeback win. And you'll be facing off against one of these two teams. This should be a great matchup. Two owners very hungry to move on to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, definitely a huge shout out to Todd. That was a very tough game. Literally had to come down to overtime last play. We found a way to luckily pull it out, but, huge congratulations to him for the season he put together. He's getting better each year, and I'm excited to see where he goes with that Colts team. But to the game tonight, the Chargers-Titans, I'm excited. I hope this is one of the best games of the year of all time, because I think it has the potential to be, just based on the defense and the offense that these two guys put together and the way that they match up. I'm very excited for this matchup to go down. It didn't really go well for the Chargers, I believe, last time. Correct. The Titans were able to get the win, which was impressive. People didn't see that. So I don't think to beat somebody twice in the same season in such a short period of time is a very tough thing to do. So I'm looking for the Chargers to make those adjustments and come away with the win tonight. But it's going to be a great game, I believe. Yeah,
the Chargers, tough end of the season, end up losing 2 of their last 3 games. But this is a team that is very talented. We'll get to see them tonight against the Tennessee Titans. A team with owner Sonny, who we know is hungry to shake off that mantra of Mr. One and Done. I know he'd be saying right now, I got a bye in the first round, so I can't be one and done. But it still counts. No matter what Sonny says, it still counts if you lose in the first round. So it should be a great game. If you missed our game yesterday, this one was a doozy. Most of the first half was great. The second half was kind of a dud. A defensive battle in the second half, an offensive explosion in the first half. The Washington Redskins, Porter's Redskins, breaking the Porter curse on NBL Live, coming out with a 2013 win on the road in New York. Lip, the words I've heard to describe it is the biggest upset in NBL history. Unbelievable, and I heard one person, I won't name them, in the NBL saying that Porter's win means he has to get a tattoo of Porter's face, a little tramp stamp, which will be great to see, the second NBL tattoo. But what a win. Zach Belisari, your player of the game, 12 of 19, 252, and 2 touchdowns. This Redskins team, they came out on fire, Lip, and they won this game. They really, from front to back, were the better team.
Yeah, and this was a game that was all about the Redskins having a purpose, having a goal, and going out there not caring about anything else that was going around, the buzz, the hype. They weren't caring about anything. And on the other side, this was a team in the Giants who did not take the Redskins seriously. We talked about it on Commissioner Corner podcast. Who are the Redskins? Nobody knows, because they didn't have an identity, but they were able to win their last 2 games, get into the playoffs, and shut the Giants down in the first round of the playoffs, and that is an exciting win for them. It's a huge win for them, and I'm looking for them to win the division next year. I think they only lost it by a game this year, had a better division record than the Giants, I think, and the Redskins have so much to look forward to after that big win.
Yeah, and let's not forget, they still got some games to play here in the playoffs. They got a divisional round matchup against the Minnesota Vikings coming out of the NFC North, unseating the Detroit Lions, winning that division. So a tough game coming up, but there's a lot of confidence down in Washington, and we'll see where they end up as we get through the playoffs. Let's get to the game today between the Titans and the Chargers, and as always, let's take a look at our players to watch First, on the side of the Tennessee Titans, it is Brian Arakpo, the linebacker, defensive leader for this core. And what a season he had. 12.5 sacks, 11 tackles for loss, 39 total tackles. He forced a fumble. We know what these Sonny Weaver defenses do, Lip. They like to blitz. They like to blitz often, get pressure on the quarterback, and shut down the running game. And it starts with Brian Arakpo, and he has been all in the backfield, and he's going to try to disrupt this LA Chargers offensive attack.
Yeah, if you look at Arakpo last season, 18 sacks, down to 12.5 sacks this year. I've talked to Sonny, and I do believe that he has said that Arakpo is going to be leaving. So Arakpo's looking to lead this defense one last time and deep into the playoffs, try to put something together for Sonny. For the Chargers, this is a guy that you have to plan around. You have to plan around this guy and the Titans scheme of all-out blitzing. So you got to get the ball out quick. A dominant run game, which we'll talk about for the Chargers, is going to help them out so much to open up some passing lanes. But getting the ball out quick, not taking sacks, not getting into 2nd and 15, 3rd and longs, those situations are what you need to stay away from this defense when you play this defense. And Brian Arakpo is the leader of that, and he's going to be wrecking tonight.
Let's look on the other side of the ball. As you mentioned, that running game is going to have going. It starts with Melvin Gordon. And Melvin Gordon having a fantastic season, almost 1,500 yards rushing, averaging almost 6 yards per carry, 16 touchdowns. He knows how to get in the end zone. Only 2 fumbles on the year, very secure with the football. And Lip, as you said, with a team that blitzes as much as the Tennessee Titans, getting that run game early and maybe backing them off the blitz or forcing the Titans to put more in the box to stop that run game really will open up the pass game. And Melvin Gordon is quite a weapon to have if you want a running back behind you.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to run the ball, and they've done that well all season. They're second in the league rushing yards at 120 per game. And Melvin Gordon actually hit 100 yards, just about 140 yards, the last time that these two teams matched up. But we've talked about some things, but we haven't really hit on the injuries. The Chargers are missing both of their tackles. Their left tackle and their right tackle both went down with injuries in Week 17. So that might put a little bit of a stress on this offensive line to A, protect the quarterback, and B, help Melvin Gordon run. So he's going to have to do a lot more of the work to be able to be successful on the ground for the Chargers.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how those injuries on the offensive line will affect the LA Chargers. We're about ready to send out to this game, get the divisional round underway. But Lip, I got to get your prediction. With those injuries, are the LA Chargers going to come out with a big win today, move on to face your Pittsburgh Steelers, and vie for another Super Bowl title for owner Gubb? Or is Sonny Weaver going to do the impossible and shake off Mr. One and Done and win a big game over the LA Chargers and move on to that AFC Championship game?
Like I said, I think it's hard to beat the same good owner twice in such a short period of time. I'm going to have to give this to the Chargers. I think that they're going to play a conservative style of football. They're not going to be, fall under the blitz of the Titans. I think that they're going to come away with this game 24-17. It's going to be close. It's going to be a very tough game. But I do think the Chargers come out by a touchdown over the Titans.
All right, and get your predictions in the chat, folks. We'll read those throughout the first quarter, and you can use the hashtag Chargers or hashtag Mr. One and Done if you want to support one of your favorite teams here. But let's get this one underway. It's time to get the divisional round rolling. Coming up next, folks, it's AFC divisional round matchup. Try to see who gets a face-off against those Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC Championship. It's the LA Chargers and the Tennessee Titans, and it's coming up right now here on NBL Live.
My name is Rex Dixon.
Jake Stein.
Clint from EA Sports.
You're watching NBL.
You're watching the NBL Network. And you're watching the MBLN Network.
Empty backfield for Atkins. He's going to be dropping back to pass here on 4th down. He's looking deep over the middle. He has a man. It's Brandon Cooks who catches it, makes a man miss.
Oh, that's
Woodard is
touchdown.
dropping back. He's got open over the middle. It's
Wow. That big playmaker
Look
ability
at
as
him
he
go.
finds him again.
Into the end zone. Another
Touchdown.
touchdown. NBL playoffs continue tonight, folks, with divisional round matchup in the AFC. It's the 12-4 Los Angeles Chargers against the 12-4 Tennessee Titans. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning into NBL Live, broadcast number 147. I'm Oshu. I'm hanging out with my man, the co-commissioner himself, Lip. And Lip, I think everyone can agree that this is a matchup between two teams that whoever can set the pace early, I think that's the one who has the most control in this game, whether it's the running game of the Chargers or the running game of the Tennessee Titans. I think which one runs the ball better may be the one who's going to come out on top.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Both of these teams are dominant in running the football. And when you can set the pace by running the ball, keeping your defense off the field, that lets you control this game. And that's going to be big because the thing is, both these teams, if they are down, they can pass the ball pretty efficiently. But you don't really want it to come down to that because that means both teams are going crazy in the pass game. So really controlling the ball on the ground with the run game is going to be the winner of this game.
That's a first and 10. We hand off to Melvin Gordon on first down. He'll get a couple up to the 28-yard line, 3 yards in play, bringing up a 2nd and 7. Predictions coming in from the chat, and we have an interesting pattern here, Lip. We've got everybody going for the Chargers except for one, JXX87, saying the Titans 30-28. Clearly doesn't believe in the Tennessee Titans, but whoever the Titans are, they're going to win their game, and good luck to those guys. Yeah, good for them. 2nd and 7 here for the Los Angeles Chargers. Philip Rivers under center. Melvin Gordon in the backfield. 2 wide receivers, 1 to each side. And Philip Rivers switching up the play. He's going to hand it off to Melvin Gordon once again. And the rush got in the backfield. Free blitzer up the middle, and they bring down Melvin Gordon right at the line of scrimmage. He'll actually lose a yard on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 8. And Lip, you talked about this in the pregame. Staying out of these 3rd and longs is going to be key for both teams if they're going to come out with a victory.
Yeah, and the big challenge there, like I talked about, they're missing Riley Glennon and Morris Fitzgerald on the ends of the line for the Chargers. So these long passing situations are going to be tough for them.
3rd and 8, and it's a deep pass over the middle. He finds Williams, and Williams comes down with the catch at the 47-yard line. Philip Rivers, Lip, getting up there in age. There's been a lot of talk as to whether the Chargers are going to start trying to find somebody else to play that quarterback position, but he's still got a gun out there, and that was a beautiful throw on 3rd down.
Yeah, I do believe I heard some rumblings from Gubb talking about kind of wanting Rivers to go out this year so that he could try and take the team in different directions, but it doesn't look like Rivers wants to go anywhere right now.
1st and 10, handoff to Melvin Gordon right up the gut. He'll get a couple on the play, going to bring him 3 yards up to midfield, getting up a 2nd and 7. And that may be a way that can get Melvin Gordon going. We know the tackles are having problems, but Melvin Gordon is so explosive, they might try to keep it between the guards more instead of trying those outside runs.
Yeah, and he's really good at making at least one defender miss. Once he gets going here, he's going to make the first guy miss, and then that's going to put him in the open field with a lot of space where he's really good. So if he can get past that first few seconds, he's going to be explosive.
2nd and 7 is a toss play to Melvin Gordon over the right side. The blocking only mildly set up there, doing a better job of bringing down Melvin Gordon than blocking for him. He'll lose a couple on the play. It's going to bring up another 3rd and 9. And so far, the Tennessee Titans defense, we heard in the pregame, we heard before this game that their key was to keep Melvin Gordon contained. They're doing a good job early.
Yeah, and that's a play right there that I would say is kind of a bad result of missing one of those tackles. You had a tackle pulling out, trying to lead there. Not really getting those reps, not used to leading from Melvin Gordon, and that caused some of that confusion there and put them in the 3rd and 9.
And they're going to try to set up a wide receiver screen, and Keenan Allen has a first down. What great blocking out front. There is an injury on the play. Didn't see who it was that went down, but they set up the wide receiver screen, pressed man coverage on the outside, and the wide receivers out to the left side did a great job of locking up the cornerbacks and were able to free up Keenan Allen for a first down. What a beautiful play.
Yeah, that was great. The blocking was actually helped out by the fact that the defense was pressed up. They didn't have a lot of space to try to make a guy miss. They were already locked up with their receivers there. Great blocking on that screen to pick up a first down.
And then they try to get Melvin Gordon going to the outside. He's going to lose a yard again. 5 carries, 1 yard. 2nd and 12. Lip, when you see coverage like that, because that was a lot of guys in the box, are you surprised Philip Rivers doesn't audible out of that one? Maybe try throwing it on first down.
I think that we might see that later on in the game once they get this running attack going. But right now they're just trying to stick to what they know, do what they do best, and try to get Melvin Gordon hot and running.
2nd and 12, Philip Rivers under center. He's got 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers out there. 2nd and 12, and Rivers is going to go down straight up the gut. We know there's injuries on the tackles. There were not injuries on the outside, and the injury was to Mike Williams, a dislocated elbow, and that's a big loss for this passing attack of the LA Chargers, losing one of their better wide receivers.
Yeah, and that defense right there, the Titans love that defense. It doesn't give you a whole lot of help outside, but whenever people try to attack the middle, you got man coverage on the outside, you've got 2 safeties in the middle to clog up that middle. Make it harder. Throw the ball outside, and that's exactly what they did.
3rd and 18. Rivers trying to get something going and just nothing open downfield, and he goes down. That's a new one with the sack. Back-to-back sacks stop this drive, and the Tennessee Titans defense bend, don't break. They let the Chargers get into enemy territory, and then they stop that train quickly. And the LA Chargers going to be forced to punt, and a really nice stand by the Tennessee Titans. Got to think that's a big confidence boost for this defense going against the LA Chargers.
And that was Defensive Rookie of the Year. That was almost a train wreck. Defensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC, Enunwa picking up a big sack. That guy's really come in and instantly became a star in this league, and it doesn't matter that he's a rookie. He's just going after the quarterback, making plays, and he's been a huge, huge asset for the Titans defense.
Well, now we can see this Tennessee Titans offense come out, see what they can do with their first drive of the game. It's going to be an I formation. DeMarco Murray at the top of that I, 2 wide receivers over to the left. Marcus Mariota under center. He's going to be dropping back to pass on 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and he's able to get it off underneath, trying to rip that ball away, but a nice job of not letting that ball get ripped away in coverage. It's a 7-yard gain, and Davis with a beautiful catch over the middle, going to bring up a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, and we talk about the tackles, the importance of tackles for these teams, and you look right there, Taylor Lewan and Jack Conklin, those are 2 of the best tackles in the NBL. I don't think there's a better pair in the league, and they're going to give Mariota all day to throw.
Yeah, that offensive line, those tackles are great. 2nd and 3, it's going to be handoff to DeMarco Murray, and he has stood up at the 25-yard line. A beautiful tackle coming up from his linebacker position, able to bring him down as Perriman. It's only a 1-yard gain, going to bring up a 3rd and 2, and if you're the Chargers defense, this is a big opportunity to set the tone, get a stop here, and force a 3 and out.
Right there's the difference between these 2 backs. Melvin Gordon could have made that guy miss with a little shifty move. DeMarco Murray usually tries to go after the power, run the guy over, and he just couldn't get it done right there. That's a great open field tackle, because if that tackle's not made, DeMarco Murray's possibly still running.
Yeah, there's a lot of green space in front of him. 3rd and 2 shotgun formation, Mariota. He's got Murray to his left, 3 wide receivers out there, 2 over to the left, 1 over to the right. It's going to be Mariota dropping back to pass on 3rd and 2. Looking, he's going to look underneath, and that one's picked off by Hayward, and he's got some room, 1 man to beat. It's Mariota, and he makes Mariota look silly. Get back at quarterback, Mariota. You're not playing defense. The first turnover of the game is a touchdown for the Los Angeles Chargers, and I know Sonny Weaver would not be happy to know that his team is the first one to commit a Sonny Weaver splash play.
That is a terrible, terrible thing to do. You play. I don't even have words for that.
Lip, you doing okay over there? I feel like you're just offended for football.
Yeah, I am. I just feel like Sonny has this opportunity, and he's just trying to make something happen there instead of just, doing something smart and punting. Yeah. He forces it, and that's what's caught up with Sonny so much, and that's why he has that one and done, cloud around him, because he's just trying to do too much right there. You got a short situation, and you're in a tied game. And then you try to put your quarterback in a position to make a tackle. It's just not going to happen, and the Chargers take the lead.
1st and 10 for the Tennessee Titans. Play action pass. Mariota rolling out to the left side. And how about back-to-back splash plays there as Perriman comes up after the nice tackle on DeMarco Murray. Brings down Marcus Mariota. I do have a correction. It was not the first splash play of the game. We had a couple sacks, but the first turnover of the game, and now another sack. And the Tennessee Titans offense sort of off the rails early. LA Chargers showing their defensive might, up 7-0 after the pick 6. Now a 2nd and 22 for Mariota and the Titans. Bunch formation, 3 over to the right, 1 over to the left. It's a play action pass. Mariota's going to be looking to pass. He's got all the time in the world, but the rush is coming. And he's going to be looking down the field, and this one is broken up, almost intercepted. Lucky that one wasn't taken away. And if you watch the cornerback there, I saw Mariota try to signal the wide receiver to go downfield as he scrambled, and the cornerback out there, he was ready for that one the whole way, and now a tough 3rd and 22 for the Titans.
Yeah, I want to go back to 2 plays ago. Mariota needs to they need to have that play to roll to the right side. He's too dangerous in the run game to have that play going to the left.
3rd and 22. So, Lip, got a question for you here.
What's going on?
Why run that out route 7 yards short of the first down marker?
I think that there was a fear that they wouldn't have enough time to throw, which I'm not sure why you wouldn't try to get that at least up to the first down marker, but maybe they thought they could hit it quicker and have a little bit of space on the outside to hit a juke move and get past that defender, but like I said, there's a couple play calls right now for the Titans that I'm just kind of a little confused about, especially when Mariota is such a dangerous weapon outside of the pocket.
Well, and especially after the Tennessee Titans defense did such a good job of stopping the Chargers. Now you give the Chargers free points off that pick six, and the Chargers get the ball back after forcing a 3-and-out. First and 10 for Rivers and the Chargers. Bunch formation, 3 over the right, 1 over the left. On first and 10, it's going to be handoff to Melvin Gordon. Gordon, look at him fight forward for yards. Give him 4 on the play. He was hit at the line of scrimmage and drives those legs forward. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
That's a powerful push there by Gordon. But back to the punt. I believe in this game a few weeks ago, Week 16, the Chargers returned 2 punts for touchdowns. The Titans punter said, we're just going to kick it all the way down. We're going to give them the ball at the 20. We're not going to let them
don't want to
kill
miss
us
that
on the
one.
punt return again.
Yeah, we don't need special teams touchdowns to go on with the defensive touchdowns they're already getting. 2nd and 6. 4 wide receivers out there, 2 to each side. Melvin Gordon in the game. Tight end Henry going over to the left side now, creating bunch formation over on the left. 2nd and 6. We hand off to Melvin Gordon, trying to get something up the middle. Flag down on the play. He doesn't get anything, and it's going to be a hold on Russell Okung. So that's going to bring that one back 10 yards. I was going to say, I think Gordon missed a hole there. He had a big gaping hole on the right side. He instead tries to cut it over to the left, but it ends up being moot anyways. There's a hold on the play, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, that hole on the right was open, and then it seemed like the defensive tackle kind of shifted the lineman, and Gordon tried to hit the hole on the left, bounced off the lineman, and just could not get it going. But that's a good stop for the Titans there, and the penalty
Bubble
as well.
screen over to Melvin Gordon. Makes one man miss. Can't make the second one miss, though. And he'll go down at the line of scrimmage and bring up a 3rd and 15. That brings us to the end of the first quarter. Your score right now, Chargers up 7-0. The pick six and the momentum all with the LA Chargers right now, but the Tennessee Titans defense is playing very strong early. They're not letting the Chargers get anything easy.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of making the tackle on Melvin Gordon. He's been close to getting loose so far, but other than that wild play for the pick six, the Titans have done a very good job so far.
3rd and 15, Rivers stepping up in the pocket, looking over to the right side, and that one is dropped.
Wow.
That one, Mr. Benjamin, Mr. Travis K. Benjamin's going to look back and want that one back because I believe, Lip, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, he had all the green space to work with if he just comes down with that catch.
Yes, it was all green, and that guy has some wheels on him. That could have very well been 6.
Okay, that was off his back, but it goes into the end zone. Tennessee Titans, are they attempting, I could be wrong here, it looks like they're attempting to just be the entire not top 10 early in this game.
There's been some questionable things here, but they've done some good things well. Like I said, on defense, they're keeping Melvin Gordon contained. But offensively, there's a lot of questions. Maybe they just got the jitters. They've got some things that they're not, they just got some anxiety right now. We'll see in this drive if they finally put it together.
Maybe they're not used to a home playoff game. 1st and 10.
Right?
And something interesting to note is this handoff right up the middle to DeMarco Murray is going to fight forward for giving 5 on the play to the 25. Something interesting to note was pointed out yesterday, Lip. The Tennessee Titans, 8-0 on the road, 4-4 at home. What is that, just a mental block that they can't win in front of their home fans, or do they just hate their home fans? They only want to show other fans how they can win.
I think that they are just too confident at home. When you go on the road, you're a lot more focused. But when you're at home, you're trying to have fun and be loose for your home fans, and it just does not work out for the Titans. And
it's picked up by one of the offensive linemen. Looks like that might have been Jack Conklin picking up that one. No, it's Klein picking up that one. Gonna bring up a 3rd and 9. A beautiful play. The fumble Ruski doesn't work well. It's gonna bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Tennessee Titans. Which Lip, I just thought about this. Is interesting. You know how Sonny Weaver loves to talk about hashtag not top 5 for Mr. Starr of the Cleveland Browns owner. So far, Tennessee is doing hashtag not top 10. They're going to be the entire not top 10. 3rd and 9 for the Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota dropping back to pass. Looking over to the left side, a beautiful throw there. Maybe the first really nice throw we've seen from Marcus Mariota as DeMarco Murray's come back into the game. 1st down and maybe a sigh of relief for the Tennessee Titans offense. They're able to get something going.
That's a good play design right there. You got a guy underneath to pull that outside guy down and let that outside open up for your out route there. Just need to pick up 1st downs and try to get some confidence here to get yourself into this game.
1st and 10, I formation, 2 tight ends. It's going to be a play-action pass. Marcus Mariota looking deep down the field, and nice catch there in front of the safety who was, I think his eyes were as big as dinner plates looking to pick that one off, but it's a nice catch by Delaney Walker at the 46-yard line as they move into enemy territory. Marcus Mariota playing with a little confidence right now.
Yeah, and that's a good throw. There was going to be a pressure right in his face, but I do believe that the halfback picked up a nice block on a defender coming in that allowed Mariota to stand tall in the pocket and get that pass down to Walker.
First and 10, I formation once again, and Mariota passing it once again. Looking over the middle of the field and throws it directly to Jenkins. That was a horrible throw, a dead duck in the air. And another turnover, second interception from Marcus Mariota and the Titans. Just when it looked like things were going the way of the Tennessee Titans, old Mr. One and Done shows up again, and a bad throw by Mariota turns the ball over.
That's a very questionable decision there because there's one safety over the middle. You had that corner route going to the outside. You had nobody there except the guy underneath who was covering him, and yet you still decide to come to the post in the middle. I'm not sure what the intent on that play was.
First and 10, I formation for Rivers and the LA Chargers. He brings both wide receivers over to the left side. One tight end on the right side of that formation. Melvin Gordon at the top of that I. First and 10, it's going to be handoff to Melvin Gordon who gets outside. He has some blocking. He's at the 45, up to midfield. Spin move. Didn't really spin out anybody, but he gets past midfield to the 48-yard line. The first real big run we've seen from Melvin Gordon. And just like that, the LA Chargers are in business. They're into Tennessee territory.
I would have liked to see him use that guy on the left side to try to get some more yards. I don't know what the spin move was all about, but that's the thing with Melvin Gordon. He can do just about anything, and it's going to pay off. And even there, just taking a simple handoff, he can pick up a lot of yards, and they're not going to shy away from giving him the ball.
First and 10, Williams coming motion tight to the line. Rivers dropping back to pass. Blitz coming right up the middle. Picked up beautifully. He tosses it underneath to the other Williams. Mike Williams out for the game, but that one, beautiful throw underneath. 7 yards, and a great job by Phillip Rivers, and that's where you can see the veteran move there, Lip. Knowing the blitz was coming, just taking what he can get, not trying to force it downfield, bringing up a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, the guys on the inside there picked up that blitz. Two guys came pretty free up the middle, but both were picked up, and that allowed Rivers to recognize it and still get the ball out quick and pick up 7 yards there on first down.
2nd and 3, handoff to Melvin Gordon right up the middle. He's got the first down and more. Lots of green space, a missed tackle, and Melvin Gordon 41 yards to the house. LA extends their lead to 2 scores, and the interior offensive line opened up a gaping hole, and Melvin Gordon said, "Thank you very much. Take this one to the house." The Chargers are up 14-0.
This is so shocking to me because of how dominant the defense for the Titans has been over the last 2 seasons, and yet we've talked about it. The Chargers don't have their 2 tackles, and they're still running the ball right down the throats of the Tennessee Titans. I'm very shocked to see that. I thought that matchup would be a lot closer given the injuries that the Chargers have on the offensive line.
14-0 LA on top, and Lip, I do have to apologize to everybody out there. I said that there was a gaping hole. I think that summons TFA when I say I'm almost 90% sure he's going to show up now.
That is so
like sorry.
Magic words. That's how you summon TFA. Mention a gaping hole.
That's unfortunate. 1st and 10 now for the Titans, looking to, let's say, keep the ball in their own hands this time. 2 wide receivers over to the left side. They're going to hand it off to DeMarco Murray. He's got a little bit of room out there, makes the man miss. He'll get tackled at the 31-yard line. 6 yards on the play. Tennessee going to go to a hurry-up. Lip, would you like to see the Titans stick with that run game a little more? Only 4 carries for DeMarco Murray early.
Yeah, the poor decisions of Mariota so far, the questionable play calling, I think you need to just stay on the ground with your 2 good running backs. 2nd
and 4 for the Tennessee Titans. They're going to hand it off to DeMarco Murray once again, who's going to fight forward to the 34-yard line, bring it to a 3rd and 1. As I see Connor Crawford trying to start the hashtag gaping hole. That is not good for anyone.
No, it is not.
No good. 3rd and 1 for Mariota and the Titans. Play action pass. Mariota rolling out to the left. He's got a lot of time. He'll throw it over to the left side. It is complete to Delaney Walker, who breaks a tackle. He'll get to the 42-yard line. This hurry-up offense may be getting the LA Chargers on their heels a little bit as Tennessee moves into enemy territory.
Yeah, and I was concerned there on 3rd and 1. If that hurry-up offense did not work out well from them, that would have been a bad decision. But it does, and picks them up first down.
1st and 10 for the Tennessee Titans. Mariota under center. He's got 2 wide receivers. He'll drop back to pass. Once again, blitz coming up the middle. Picked up beautifully. Mariota rolling out to the left. He's going to take off using his legs. Mariota can't make that. He tried to juke that guy on the outside. Couldn't quite get the juke move to work, but he'll get 7 yards on the play, bring up a 2nd and 3.
That's a tough corner. I believe that was Verrett that was trying to make that tackle. That's a tough guy to make miss, especially with as quick as Mariota is. That's a great tackle there. I'd like to see that more, but they keep running these plays that roll him to the left. I want to see him roll to the right so he has the option to roll out the way he's supposed to and be able to run and pass.
Yeah, 2nd and 3. It's going to be a handoff, little counter play. That looks like it's Derrick Henry into the game. But nothing doing there, only a yard on the play. Going to bring up a big 3rd and 4. How big is it for the Chargers to get the Titans to get a touchdown on this drive as opposed to settling for a field goal?
It's important the way that they've played so far. The turnovers and the gaping hole run game on their defensive side.
The Chargers make a boneheaded move there as Mebane jumps the count, and so they get a free 1st down. Why run a play? Why run a play when you just do that?
Oh, yeah, and the other thing is I don't know why Derrick Henry's coming in. If that is Derrick Henry, I don't know why he's coming in to run counters. He needs to be straight up the field. Maybe use Murray more for your counters and delayed stuff.
1st and 10, Mariota throws it underneath, and so far it has been Mariota, Delaney Walker has been the matchup that Mariota has been, that one's to Corey Davis. The tight ends have been where the Titans have been throwing it to the entire game so far. We'll see if the LA Chargers decide to match up a little more on those tight ends, force him to throw it to the outside. 2nd and 3, Mariota under center. He's got Murray in the backfield, 3 wide receivers. He'll drop back to pass here on 2nd down. Looking, and he'll throw it underneath. It is complete. It's a 1st down and more. Up to the 10-yard line. Mariota, a beautiful read there. Finally deciding to throw it to his own team instead of the other one, and that turns out, it's a good move as he finds Montgomery for a good gain there, 17 yards.
Yeah, that's a good play design right there. You had that one middle linebacker in the middle of the field. He had to decide whether to take away the tight end over the top or the wide receiver dragging underneath, and Mariota made the right read and got him a good gain. And that is not a good throw. A good read, not a good throw.
I'm just saying, Tennessee Titans, you want to pay me a couple $100,000 to come in and make those sort of throws? I'm in, baby. I can do that. That one nowhere near the receiver, but luckily there was nobody behind that defense to pick off the ball, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. Bunch formation, 3 over to the right, 1 over to the left. Mariota in the shotgun with DeMarco Murray to his left. 2nd and goal. Mariota's going to be throwing it once again, looking, rolling out to the right side. Mariota looks like he's going to take off. He's got some room, but a nice job by the LA Chargers closing in on the goal line, bringing him down to the 1-yard line. Do you like seeing your quarterback taking hits like that in the 2nd quarter?
It's tough. It's a tough call because you're down 14. It's almost halftime. This is the playoffs, so if he would get hurt, yeah, you lose your chance, but it's not going to, ruin your entire season. It'll be a bummer for this game, but he is the key to making this team go, and he needs to run on the ground.
As they draw another offsides, that's going to move the ball forward about half a ball length inside the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal here, Lip. You got DeMarco Murray, you got Derrick Henry. Feel like this would be the time to hand it to one of your big boys and plow it right up the middle.
I feel like we're going to see Mariota right up the middle here. I don't know if Murray's going to be able to get in against this Chargers defense.
Well, let's see, 3rd and goal inside the 1-yard line. Tennessee looking for pay dirt. 2 wide receivers, 1 to each side. Murray in the backfield with Marcus Mariota under center. It's a 3rd and goal. He's going to be looking to throw once again. Rolling, cuts it back inside and walks into the end zone for a touchdown. Mariota, he had the defense completely convinced he was throwing it and walks his way into the end zone. Tennessee gets on the board. That's a big touchdown, but to the LA Chargers, they got 2 timeouts. Their offense has been rolling, and they're going to get the ball back with about a minute to go. Plenty of time to put some more points on the board.
That is a tough call. I really thought that Mariota would just sneak it up the middle, being on the 1-yard line, and then when they came out with 2 wide receivers, I thought that would be the handoff to Murray, but they did surprise me, and they were going to throw the ball, but still Mariota gets it into the end zone with his legs.
Great return there from Benjamin up to the 37-yard line. Well, I mean, we did see this past weekend the NFL Cleveland Browns try to sneak it from the 3-yard line. You thought the 1-yard line might be a good call.
I did.
Hashtag Cleveland rocks. Hashtag the Browns.
You have to love the failures of Cleveland, though. On all levels. On all levels.
It's a special life. 1st and 10 here for the Chargers. Shotgun formation for Phillip Rivers. 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the right, 1 over to the left. Melvin Gordon in the backfield. He'll drop back to pass here on 1st and 10. Steps up in the pocket, tosses it underneath. He has a man. It's Williams wide open. He's past midfield all the way up to the 46-yard line. The Chargers are going to take their time because they have the wind behind them, so they're pretty much in field goal range already.
Yeah, and this is a situation where I thought that Tennessee shouldn't have called a timeout on that drive whenever they were inside the red zone. They called a timeout with a minute left. They weren't going to be able to go for it. They were going to have to kick the field goal no matter what, so why not let some of that time go? They used one of their timeouts, and that's giving the Chargers a minute here to try to go down and get some points.
Oh, he finds Benjamin over the middle. He's got some green grass. What a catch by Kelvin Benjamin, or Belvin Kenjamin, as I will call him from now on, through the contact, and he turns on the Jets and gets into the red zone, and now it looked like it was going to be a field goal opportunity. The Chargers have a great opportunity to punch this one in the end zone and answer that Tennessee touchdown.
Yeah, I thought, and I'm sure Sonny Weaver also thought that was going to be an interception, but man, Benjamin just ripped it out of the defender's hands, and then he just rockets upfield to put them inside the red zone.
1st and 10, shotgun formation for Phillip Rivers. He's dropping back to pass on 1st down. The rush is going to get there. Down goes Rivers. You can't take a sack there if you're Phillip Rivers. And we'll see if the Chargers decide to use a timeout or if they're just going to let this one run down and take the field goal. That was a big sack and a bad move by the veteran Phillip Rivers. As we got to give a big shout out to our man running the NBL Network chat, our quote Fortnite brother Bomber. Yeah, you run away from that. If you haven't played Fortnite, by the way, fantastic, because it's free. Would be the big one.
Very pleasing video game.
Yeah, 2nd and 16. They're going to hand the ball off to Melvin Gordon, set up the field goal. They're just going to take the 3 points. They got 1 timeout remaining. So, serious question here. Why did Tennessee take a timeout and give the Chargers a chance to run another play?
I think that they might try to use some of the magic from their previous game. The Titans, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the Titans.
There have been some questionable decisions in this
I thought
half.
maybe I had an idea, but now I have no idea what they're thinking. So, yeah, I don't have an answer to your question now. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. If anyone has
but
an answer,
I do
please
like
let me
what
know.
the Chargers did. I do like that they ran the ball. I saw them try to come out and maybe pass it, but they have Melvin Gordon in such a good run game that they just give him the ball once, call a timeout, kick the field goal. You got a 10-point lead now. The Titans get the ball. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I love that call, especially if Melvin Gordon's been so sure-handed. Really no chance for a turnover. As a nice return to the outside. Oh, the kicker with the tackle at the 36-yard line. And he is hurt. That was looked like a horse collar tackle there. Looked like a horse collar tackle. I've yet to see that one get called, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think that is a thing that comes up very often.
No, the Madden animators put in the horse collar animation, but don't call the horse collar tackle penalty. As DeMarco Murray trying to get outside, and all he does is lose a 2-yard on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 12. LA up 17-7. Lip, put yourself in the mindset of Sonny Weaver. First of all, I'm sorry for your hair loss. Second of all, what is the game plan for the second half?
It is not to try to pass, because this Chargers secondary is very good, and you've seen what's happened with Mariota trying to pass. It is in the run game and the rollouts with Mariota. That is where you're going to make your money if you're the Tennessee Titans.
2nd and 12. Mariota under center. He's got DeMarco Murray out there. 3 wide receivers. 2 over to the left, 1 to the right, 1 tight end on the right side of that formation for Marcus Mariota as he surveys the defense, changing up the play. Down 10 points, but getting the ball to start the half. First drive of the second half, and on 2nd and 12, it's going to be Mariota dropping back to pass. Blitz picked up, looking, and he'll toss this one underneath. It is complete. It's going to be another first down for the Tennessee Titans as Nelson's going to come back into the game. Nothing too bad there, but so far the Tennessee Titans, they've done a nice job of adjusting as he finds Delaney Walker. 6 catches combined by these tight ends. If you're the LA Chargers, Lip, what's your adjustment to sort of nullify this tight end attack?
I would try to say to get pressure, but I do believe they're missing Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
So that's the challenge. You got to figure out how to get pressure on Mariota, not let him beat you with his legs without those two guys.
Oh, that's a man wide open down the field. It is complete. As that one once again to Corey Davis, the tight end, with another big catch. I would also like to point out, just this is only information, but on the last episode of Highly Debatable, Sonny Weaver was criticizing I believe it was the Indianapolis Colts for throwing to their tight ends too much, and so far of the 9 receptions by by the Marcus Mariota throws, 8 have been by tight ends.
I think that he's trying to attack the coverage on the tight end. I think that Gubb is really focusing on trying to do that himself. And I think that's why Sonny's trying to attack that.
The old PAFK quick. Looking underneath, it is complete. Looked like an opportunity to jump that one, but he is able to complete that one underneath at the 18-yard line. 9 yards on the play, going to bring up a 2nd and 1.
I thought Mariota could hit that quicker and maybe giving his guys some more space.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Sorry, Eric. It was the New Orleans Saints he was criticizing.
Gotcha.
2nd and 1.
Your information is giving me incorrect information.
Yeah, my bad. That was totally on me. Yes, it was his rebuttal to the fact that I said that the New Orleans Saints were going to make the playoffs next year. He said that the Saints throw too much to their tight ends, and Tennessee has realized that that's a good plan apparently. So shout out to Sonny, the guy who also said that the Wildcat was too gimmicky, and now he loves it. We all know he's a big fan of the Wildcat. 1st and 10 for the Tennessee Titans. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers from Marcus Mariota as he drops back to pass on 1st and 10. Looking, rolling to the right side.
Wow.
Still looking, now continues rolling. He's going to take off, makes a man miss. Marcus Mariota with the touchdown. 8 seconds to pass. He makes one man miss and gets into the end zone. There is life in Tennessee. Oh, Rocky Top into the end zone, Marcus Mariota.
I will allow him to take back one of those poorly thrown balls that were intercepted for that move right there. That took some guts. You're the quarterback. You could get killed on that.
I pulled a muscle watching that.
Yeah, and the guy makes the move, puts his team. This guy's got heart. He wants to win this so bad, and you see that by that move right there.
Can we give a big shout out? I mean, I know there's injuries on the LA Chargers defensive line, but a big shout out to the Tennessee Titans offensive line. They have given Marcus Mariota all the time in the world. And Mariota took advantage there and ran that one into the end zone. We got a ball game, folks. 3-point game. LA with the ball, though. I formation, 2 wide receivers out there, 1 to each side. And on 1st and 10, it's going to be a handoff to Melvin Gordon on a stretch play. And that one well covered. 1-yard loss for Melvin Gordon. While we have a moment here in the third quarter, I want to give a big shout out, as always, to our graphic sponsor and pregame sponsor. That's Web3KS.com. They do our overlays here on MBL Live. A ton of other graphics for us. They are super affordable. So if you or anyone you know needs graphics done for an affordable price, head over to Web3KS.com. They're the leaders in affordable graphic design, and big shout out to all business over at Web3KS.com. A big supporter of the NBL for a long time now. 2nd and 11. Phillip Rivers dropping back to pass. Rush coming up the middle. He finds Hunter Henry over the middle, who makes a beautiful catch. Sky's up for that one. He'll get the first down up to the 37-yard line. Give him 12 yards on the play, and a nice job there by Phillip Rivers, recognizing the coverage over the middle and putting it only where his tight end could catch it.
I think we need to take a break and get somebody out there to check Woodyard for a concussion, because he turned around 8 times on that play, had no idea where anybody was on the field. Could have made a play sooner, maybe broken up that pass, but he just looked lost as could be out there.
1st and goal. It's going to be a handoff to Melvin Gordon right up the middle. He's got a big hole and a first down up to the 48-yard line. As there's an injury on the play. Didn't see who that one was. But, Lip, we've seen success from Melvin Gordon. As we said, those 2 tackles there are missing due to injury. They really had success with Melvin Gordon between the tackles, running it right up the middle through that A-gap. And Melvin Gordon's had a nice game so far.
Yeah, they have done a great job adjusting to those injuries, playing through injuries, not letting that stop them. And Melvin Gordon's doing what he does, just doing it up the middle.
1st and 10. Benjamin coming to motion from the left over to the right, putting 1 wide receiver alone. That is Benjamin on the right side, 2 over to the left. 1st and 10 pistol formation. It's going to be handoff. They're going to try the outside run with Melvin Gordon once again, who tries to cut it back inside, but nothing doing there. He's down at the 48-yard line. As the middle linebacker, Williamson, not going to be able to return to the game. And we talked about Brian Orakpo early, but Williamson has been a nice part of this defense. And that's a big loss. They do have some depth at that position, Lip, but losing one of your defensive leaders, that's going to be tough for this Tennessee Titans defense going forward.
Yeah, and Mariota's turning around on offense, getting them back into this game. But the defense is really the thing that has driven this team over the last 2 seasons. So losing pieces here and there as this game goes on is really kind of chipping away at the strength of the Titans.
2nd and 10 shotgun formation for the LA Chargers. Phillip Rivers out there. Melvin Gordon to his right. It's going to be a handoff to Melvin Gordon. He's going to take a big hit right at the line of scrimmage again. May actually lose a yard on the play. He will. Going to bring up a 3rd and 11. Again, they tried that outside run. Didn't try to cut it back inside. And Brian Orakpo laid the lumber. And now LA is forced on into a 3rd and long, and Tennessee, a lot of momentum right now.
Yeah, that's a great play by Arakpo there. He's trying to keep his responsibility, which is the outside there, and he does that so well. Melvin Gordon saw exactly what everybody else saw, so much space to the outside, but just underestimated Arakpo's ability to get out there, and then he laid a big old hit on him.
3rd and 11, Rivers rolling out to the left side. Rush is coming. He's able to get it off to the tight end, Henry, who can't get his feet in bounds. LA's going to be forced to punt on 4th and 11. Yeah, I do have to report Shadow Rose pointing out in the chat, do your jobs, mods. We got somebody who's under the influence. 12 EHD Fantastic, which I think might be one of Shadow's other accounts, saying the Jaguars going to make the playoffs next year. Somebody get this man some help. He is either insane or under the influence of something. If you're under the influence of something, please share, because sharing is caring. Tennessee is sitting on the edge of these Charger tackles. Some adjustments made at halftime. Yeah, big shout out to our guys over at the NBL Bleacher Report, by the way. They do a great job. Go follow them on Twitter at NBL_Bleacher. 1st and 10. It's a toss play to the outside for DeMarco Murray. He's got the edge. He's got the first down and more. Makes one man miss. He's going to get to the 27-yard line. Gives the offense a little bit of breathing room as DeMarco Murray, his first real big run on the day, and it's a nice one up to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great run right there. I think he had one guy to beat. If somebody could have just picked up that block, he's going all the way for a touchdown. But that's what they need. They need him to run the ball well, and that's a good start here.
1st and 10, play action pass. Mariota rolling. He's got a man wide open. Oh. He's got some room, and it's a nice tackle there. Touchdown saving tackle. He finds who else? His favorite target, Davis, once again to midfield, and a touchdown saving tackle there. Actually, that was Smith with the tackle, one of the other tight ends into the game. But Tennessee, they are moving the ball. They're playing with a lot more confidence than they did in the first half. Mariota comes out once again, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver split out to the left side, and DeMarco Murray into the game at halfback. 1st and 10. Looks like it's going to be a handoff to DeMarco Murray. Cuts it right back up the middle. Stiff arms one, but he's going to be brought down to the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the play. And Lip, I don't know if you felt that. The entire sort of spectrum of the game has shifted. Tennessee feels like they're in complete control right now.
Yeah, and the Chargers are very lucky that one defender was able to reach an arm out there and slow down Murray just enough. Because if he would have been able to keep that to the right, he would have picked up a huge chunk of yardage there. But that's a great arm stoppage there for that defender.
2nd and 5. Mariota looks over to the left side, has a man wide open. It is complete down to the 26-yard line. And we're going to hit the 4th quarter. Lip, we've got a game on hands. Tell your friend, folks, to tune into NBL Live Broadcast 147. It's 17-14. Playoff time here on NBL Live. It's going down to the wire.
Mariota's really showing that he is the franchise guy here. That spin move earlier to put up points, the way he's throwing the ball with confidence right now against a very tough defense, I'm actually pretty impressed by the shift of Mariota from the first quarter to now.
1st and 10 for the Titans. They're on the 26-yard line, already into field goal range. Mariota under center. He's got Murray in the backfield. 1st down is a play action pass. Mariota rolling out to the left side again. Rush is coming, and Mariota's just going to chuck this one out of bounds. They're continuing to roll Mariota out to the left. Don't know what that's about, but that one luckily turned into nothing for the LA Chargers defense, who finally are able to stop the Titans on one play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
That has to be some kind of game plan decision based on their personnel, that they feel more protected on the left, because it just makes a whole lot more sense to me to roll him out to the right so he's comfortable to throw but also can take off the run. You see him right now rolling to the left. Just doesn't look comfortable whenever he's trying to throw.
Trey Boston, nice tackle up from his safety position, brings down DeMarco Murray for only a 1-yard gain. Big 3rd and 9 here. If you're the Titans, a conversion here, and it almost feels like a touchdown is assured. If you're the Chargers, hold them to a field goal, then let your offense do the work. Out of the huddle, here comes Marcus Mariota. He's in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers over to the left, 1 tight end on the right side of that formation. A 3rd and 9, it's a play action pass. Mariota drops back to... Once again, offensive line, all kinds of time. Mariota rolling. It looks like he's going to take off once again. He's going to have the 1st down and more inside the 10-yard line. When will the LA Chargers put a spy on Marcus Mariota? He's got 5 carries already, all from scrambles, and he has the all-important touchdown. What are the Chargers going to do to stop Marcus Mariota?
I think that you're seeing this as a result of the injuries of Bosa and Ingram. There's nobody to really try to contain those guys. The people that are in there aren't doing a good job, and Mariota's making them pay.
Run there by DeMarco Murray up to the 5-yard line. Can bring up a 2nd and goal. Let's see if the Chargers can keep Tennessee out of the end zone. They couldn't do it on the last drive when Marcus Mariota walked into the end zone. They couldn't do it on the drive before when Marcus Mariota walked into the end zone. So far, the one thing that has kept Tennessee in this game has been Marcus Mariota's legs.
Yeah, and now you're in a tight windowed area. You're at the 5-yard line. This is going to be tough, but I'm looking for Mariota to make that big franchise quarterback throw right here.
Man coming in motion over to the right side. We've seen the Lions run this play. Let's see if they're doing it. Yep, it's that halfback screen. And, DeMarco Murray with the possession catch at the 9-yard line.
At least he got possession. That's the point.
But he lost 4 yards on the play.
I don't know what he was doing, but that's not what you want to do.
That was a sweet sliding tackle from DeMarco Murray. It was beautiful. Now a big 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line for the Tennessee Titans. Shotgun formation for Mariota. 2 tight ends on the right side of that formation. Now Murray split out wide to the right. Empty backfield for Mariota. 2 wide receivers over to the left. Mariota looks like he set up a wide receiver screen. And there were about 4 Chargers there ready to bring him down. So they're going to have to settle for a field goal. And a great job by the Chargers defense tightening up around the goal line. And a special nod to DeMarco Murray for that beautiful falling catch to make sure that he lost 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, I think the Titans got a little bit worried about being in such a tight field there. They just wanted to get the ball out quick to guys and see if they can make some people miss and get in. But it's not a turnover. They got the field goal. It's a tie game, so I approve. I like it.
Travis Benjamin's going to get up past the 30-yard line to the 32.
He's
and this
quick.
Chargers he is very quick. Look, this Chargers offense really hasn't done anything since the halftime. What does the Chargers have to do to get going on offense? Well, especially at the end of the day, the Chargers, they have struggled really most of the games. They're trying to set up a wide receiver screen to Melvin Gordon. He catches it. He's going to get up to the 1st down marker to the 44-yard line. Phillip Rivers only 7 of 9 for the game. But so far, yeah, this Chargers offense, they had a great touchdown from their defense. But apart from one drive, the Chargers offense has been relatively contained by this Tennessee defense.
Yeah, and if you're the Titans, you have to be very, very pleased about that because the defense is what you've really focused on all season long, and they need to come up big here in the 4th quarter.
1st and 10, I formation for Phillip Rivers and the Chargers. 2 wide receivers out there, 1 to each side. He's going to drop back to pass. Looking. He'll toss this over the middle to Melvin Gordon, standing there wide open. Takes a big hit at the 45-yard line, but it's a 1st out of the 45. And that one, I could feel that one, Lip. I don't know about you, my jaw locked up on that hit.
Yeah, he was standing up, and not even a 1/10 of a second later, he was flat on his back. But he caught the ball, and he gained yards. That's the thing that DeMarco Murray didn't do in the red zone last drive, but took a big hit there.
1st and 10, it's a toss play out to Brandon Oliver, and that one was doomed from the beginning as he's going to lose 5 yards on the play, bring up a 2nd and 15. That's exactly what you didn't want if you were the Chargers. You didn't want to stop this momentum you already had.
Yeah, and there was Titans in the backfield before that ball even left Phillip Rivers' hand. That's not really on Brandon Oliver. That is just the defense flying through those blocks. There was just too many of them to be picked up, and that's a great play for the Titans.
2nd and 15, Phillip Rivers dropping back to pass. Rush coming up the middle, and down goes Rivers. He takes another sack, and that is Anua's 3rd sack of the day. The Chargers can't contain him on the outside with the injuries to the offensive line, and Anua, I mean, this guy is going to be a force to deal with for years to come.
Yeah, and the league has recognized him as the Rookie of the Year. He is extremely good. The physicality that this guy brings, that this backup tackle for the Chargers is not prepared for it, and you see it result in 3 tackles for the young rookie.
3-man rush. Rivers steps up in the pocket and throws his first interception of the day, and that's a big one as they don't punt it away. Big hit, but the great field position for the Titans, and they are set up beautifully at the 49-yard line. Phillip Rivers making mistakes when it counts. That's a throw that doesn't need to be made, and the Titans, they don't have to go very far to put a field goal on the board and come away with a win here at home. The crowd is back into this game. The Chargers are rattled.
That is not what I wanted to see from Phillip Rivers. I thought he had that dig developing coming across the field. Tried to go somewhere else, and it just did not work out, and that is a huge blow for the Chargers.
And that one, a little bit of excitement on the offensive line as a jump there, going to bring it to a 1st and 15, but Phillip Rivers' first real big mistake. But Lippy's made a couple in this game, taking some sacks when he shouldn't. I know the offensive line is having trouble containing Anua, but Rivers has just got to either get out of the pocket or get rid of the ball.
Yeah, and that's the thing. These left tackles, or both these tackles went out in Week 17, so there hasn't been any time for him to get used to this different protection plan.
Oh, and the Titans are lucky that one didn't turn into worse as Perriman was sitting on that underneath route. He jars the ball free. Going to bring up a 2nd and 15, 2:08 to go. Lip, who do you like at this point? Tell us who you like in the chat, whether it is hashtag Chargers, hashtag Titans, 2:08 to go. I mean, the momentum's with the Titans. Are they going to come away with a victory here at home?
I would have said yes if it wasn't 2nd and 15 and they just picked up no yards there, but it's tough. If the Chargers were to get the ball back, their strength isn't passing. It is in the run, so the limitation of time is going to hurt them.
Oh, what a catch over the defender! Wow. And they're going to get him for pass interference, so give him a free first down. You would think. They do. They give up the 4 yards to get the free first down. Oh, that angle route was read beautifully, but a little too much contact there in Tennessee. They are in business here with 2:04 to go.
Yeah, that is a huge penalty there. Even though it was a great catch, it still is quite a blow for the Chargers here. Now, the Titans have this game in their hands, in control. They just have to be smart with the football and not give the ball back to the Chargers.
Well, and the Titans have gone to, I don't know what you'd call this game plan, but it's pretty much throw it underneath to DeMarco Murray and make sure your running back is the only one because they got linebackers on the running back. That one goes for 8 yards, and I would be surprised if Tennessee takes any sort of shot down the field.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think that you need to. You can run the ball well, and you can run the ball, good, and you're passing well, but I wouldn't get too excited about throwing the ball.
Nice tackle there on DeMarco Murray. Now a big 3rd and 1 for both teams. Ball's on the 38-yard line from here, a 55-yard field goal. Put on the old headset. If you're Tennessee, what's your call here on 3rd and 1?
I'm going to go back to what I've been hoping for all game. I want Mariota to roll out to the right. I think that the Chargers are going to be protecting the first down. I think that they're going to be able to hit Delaney Walker a few yards down the field and pick up the first down.
3rd and 1. Under center is Marcus Mariota, DeMarco Murray in the backfield. 2 wide receivers. We'll see what they decide to do. Mariota has been good with his feet all game as well as he sends the fullback over to the right side. Play clock down under 10. They're using as much clock as they can. Looks like they're going to hand the ball off to DeMarco Murray. And a big tackle made at the 38-yard line. Clock running. LA's going to take a timeout with 1:16 to go. They hand it to their workhorse, and LA's defense comes up with a huge tackle to force a 4th and 2.
That is way too conservative. I think I would have liked that better from shotgun. You would put some pressure on the Chargers there to at least kind of expect a pass. In that situation, you really only had to cover the 2 wide receivers and the tight end. And I think that the Chargers knew that a run was coming.
The offense is coming out. The wind is in their face.
Here we go.
They are going to go for it here on 4th and 2. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Mariota in the shotgun with DeMarco Murray here on 4th and 2 from the 38-yard line. Let's see what the Titans decide to do. This one could be huge if the Titans can convert this one. It's going to be Mariota dropping back to pass on 4th down. Look over the middle of the field. The block is with balls on the ground. It's fumbled and picked up by the Titans. They're in business, folks, with a minute 10 to go. Oh, Lordy Lou, the Tennessee Titans. A throw underneath to DeMarco Murray once again, and it ends up almost turning into disaster, but Tennessee is in control.
Well, that took some guts because I think that comes back to not wanting to punt to these Chargers. And you make that throw and then have the ability to come up with that fumble. That is unbelievable there for the Titans.
The Sonny Weaver Wildcat formation comes out as an injury on the Tennessee side forces them to use a timeout there, which saves LA one of its timeouts, which saves LA valuable time.
This is tough though, because if the Titans were to kick a field goal here and the Titans had no timeouts, that puts them in a tough position because, like I said, they're so reliant on their run game. They would have to pass in this situation.
They do run it. It's going to be a timeout taken. It's DeMarco Murray, the one who, just for a bruised shoulder, they used one of their timeouts. I don't think DeMarco Murray is going to have too much favors on the sidelines after forcing them to use a timeout. 3rd and 11. They're inside the 27-yard line. Let's see what the Titans decide to do. It's going to be Marcus Mariota, I formation, 2 wide receivers over to the left, 1 tight end on the right side of that formation. They're going to hand the ball off once again, and great defense there by the Chargers bringing him down. They used their last timeout, but how big was it, Lip? The Chargers were able to save a timeout. They'd be getting the ball back with 16 seconds left about if they didn't have that timeout used by the Titans. Instead, They're going to have some time here. They're setting up for the field goal. Left hash, 26-yard line is where the kick is coming from. Ball is down. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good. 55 seconds to go. Tennessee with a 3-point lead, but that timeout could come back to bite the Titans.
That's a tough one to take, especially now. It's only a 3-point game. You have a good offense in the Chargers that have a minute. It's going to be tough. I think that they can get into field goal range, but like I said, the run game is what they rely on. This is Phillip Rivers' time to shine if he can get them down into field goal range and send this to overtime.
Well, a nice return there by Benjamin up to the 33-yard line. Again, no timeouts for the Chargers, but 52 seconds. That's plenty of time. You can still use the middle of the field. Let's see if the Chargers can come back. They've got the wind behind them, so your target line may be about the 40-yard line for Josh Lambo, I believe. 1st and 10. Rivers dropping back to pass, only a 3-man rush. He looks to the outside, diving catch by Benjamin, but he stays inbounds at the 45-yard line. They're going to have to hurry up to the line. Allen's going to have to come from all the way down the field. They're going to try to run another play here. 39 seconds and counting. Shotgun formation. Rivers dropping back to pass once again. Looking. He's going to take a sack. Another big sack by Anua. Another sack taken by Phillip Rivers. Clock is running. They're not ready to call a play.
That is that rookie coming in, and he's like, I'm not a rookie, I'm a veteran, and I need to step up and make a play right now. He makes a play, and this is just eating all of that clock away.
Oh, look at
the
clock
Chargers.
run. 2nd and 16, shotgun formation. Rivers taking the snap, looking downfield, looking deep down the field for Williams, who comes over with a catch. No one's going to catch him. Williams get into the end zone. Oh, the LA Chargers, they score on the improbable heave down the field. Our heartbreak in Tennessee as LA goes up with 13 seconds to go.
There is 2 safeties back deep. There's one in the middle coming back to the middle third. How on earth does that happen?
As the kick is blocked and it's picked up by the Titans.
Oh, there he goes.
He's going to take this one back to the house and bring it to a 1-point game. Tennessee does have 1 timeout, so if they get into field goal range, they may have to kick to win it. But what are your deep safeties doing, letting Williams get behind you?
This is a good defense, too. I cannot believe that just happened.
Oh, lordy. 23-22, LA on top. 1 timeout for Tennessee, so they don't have to keep it to the edge. They can use the middle of the field. They only need to get into field goal range. The problem, though, Tennessee has a huge wind in their face. We saw them have a 55-yard field goal attempt. They ended up bringing the offense back on the field. So they're probably going to have to get inside the 35-yard line to get a field goal attempt off. Mariota dropping back to pass here on 1st and 10. Looking deep down the field, and this one is not caught. The Chargers defense don't let anybody behind them. 7 seconds to go. Lip, it's going to come down to a heave and a prayer and a timeout, maybe, if they can get it off.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. The coverage on that play was so good by the Chargers. There was really nowhere to go, and I can't believe they didn't come up with a pick there, but I don't know what the Titans are going to call right now.
Sweet play action pass, 4 seconds to go, deep pass over the middle of the field. It's caught 2-1, clocks hit zeros. The LA Chargers do the impossible and pull out a win with 13 seconds to go. Phillip Rivers goes, I'm not done yet, folks. Take me to the ship. And the Tennessee Titans and owner Sonny Weaver, heartbreak once again. What a game here in the divisional round.
I was so excited to talk about Marcus Mariota, and now it's completely gone, out the window, never coming back because of that horrible defensive play by the Titans on that last play. That is an incredible finish. I cannot believe what I just saw.
Well, and before we get to our NBL Live Player of the Game for broadcast number 147, Lip, a huge tip of the cap. I mean, if they had won the game, Marcus Mariota would be our Player of the Game. He kept this team in this game, even after making 2 really bad interceptions. He kept the team in this game with his legs. He led them down the field to that field goal to put them on top. The defense, though, late in the game lets them down. And a tip of the cap to the Tennessee Titans for a marvelous season.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I thought for sure we were going to be talking about Marcus Mariota right now, but that is just not going to happen. And I can't, like I said, I can't believe what I just saw. This was such a good game. This was the game that we thought we would get from these 2 owners. It didn't go down like we thought it would, but it was such a great game. And props to both of them for that performance.
23-22 your final. Chargers on top. Time to make our selection for our NBL Live Player of the Game here for Broadcast 147. Lip, my instinct, there was really great individual performance. Oddly enough, it was all on Tennessee's side. Both Anua and Marcus Mariota having a great game. But for me, I know a lot of people would want to say Phillip Rivers, but that interception late in the game really set up the field goal that put him on top. I think I would give it to Tyrell Williams, who had the touchdown catch. And without Mike Williams on the field for most of this game, Williams 4 catches, 106 yards, and a touchdown. And that touchdown, that's going to be one he's going to remember for the rest of his career.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I could not name. At first I thought Phillip Rivers, but then I thought, Tyrell Williams said, the game is on the line. The season's on the line. A trip to the AFC Championship's on the line. He goes up, gets that ball, and gets into the end zone. That's by far my player of the game.
Tyrell Williams, your player of the game here for broadcast number 147. And if you want to check out the archives of all of our player of the game selections, head over to our website. That's at 365.maddenbomberleague.com. You can check out the archives all the way back to broadcast number 1. You can also apply for the Madden Bomber League if you're interested in getting in with the ranks of the NBL. It's under the Join tab. You can just fill out an application. Lip, I'm just in shock as to how good this game was. I mean, back and forth battle. The Chargers in control in the first half, the Titans in the second half, the Chargers making just one more play. And I know the defensive coordinator in Tennessee is going to face a lot of criticism. When you see a play like that, Lip, is that on the coordinator for a bad call, or is that on the safeties for forgetting their assignments?
I would put that on the safeties and that secondary. They just have to be able to make a play. They were just not ready for it, and I don't understand how on earth you're not ready for that. And it was just poor execution and poor positioning by those players that I would definitely look into fixing that issue as we move into next season for the Titans.
What a game, folks. We appreciate you tuning in. And, Lip, this is not it for NBL Live Playoff Broadcast, because we got more coming up tomorrow. Conference Championship weekend. We should have a doubleheader. We'll confirm all that on our Twitter at Bomberleague. Go give it a follow. Hit that subscribe button so you know when we go live. But it doesn't stop here on the NBL Network. Conference Championship tomorrow. Super Bowl Monday night. The action keeps going here on the NBL Network.
I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's get to it.
Well, I appreciate you joining me tonight, Lip. I appreciate each and every one of you out there. It was a lot of fun. What a game. A big shout out to both teams. For my co-host, the co-commissioner, Lip, I'm OSU. Your final score, once again, the LA Chargers 23, the Tennessee Titans 22, as the Chargers move on to the AFC Championship game, which you will see tomorrow night. Again, follow us on Twitter at Bomberleague or hit that subscribe button so you know our game times. We'll see you tomorrow for Championship Weekend right here on NBL Live.